Hi there, I'm Dan Comiskey. Welcome to Safetylead, the channel dedicated to teaching leaders how to sell safety to their workers. This channel was inspired by years of leadership training through football and industrial safety. It's not that people don't understand what's needed to be a leader in safety or anywhere else. People really get it, and they do understand kind of the parts of it. But I wanted to put together a group of videos where people could use as a resource, where they can go back for examples of how and why they would use certain tactics, or why they would understand what's going on. Now, if you stick around to the end of the video, I will give you 4 steps in leading by example, and that's important stuff, because leading by example is one of the most important characteristics of leadership. So what are the steps? Number 1, you have to make sure that your actions match your words. In other words, you have to make sure you say what you mean what you say, and you do what you say. As soon as somebody sees you going against what you've said you were going to do, then they start to question your integrity, and integrity is essential. Your people will see you doing that. Number 2, the second step to leading by example is taking action when it's needed, and that in safety is essential in so many ways. If there's unsafe conditions around and you're the leader, you got to make sure that you help people out and that you get those documented and you get those fixed. If people come to you with problems, you've got to make sure you take action. If you see an unsafe act, you got to make sure you intervene. Those are essential, and there you got to lead by example so that everybody else sees that that's what's expected of them, and that's what they expect of themselves, right? It's so important that they expect that from themselves because they see their leaders doing it. So if I walk by an unsafe act and I don't say anything, well, guess what? I'm accepting that act. So I got to make sure, as a leader especially, what I'm doing is I'm not accepting that, and I'm going to intervene and make sure that we take whatever course we have to correct things. Number 3, we want to make sure that as leaders we lead by example, and that means we have to live by a higher code. That means you're not late for safety meetings, toolbox talks. That means that you have to bring the weather. So you got to be the light. So when you are following that higher code, you actually have to show people how you expect them to live. And of course, everybody can't live up to that higher code all the time, and even you as a leader know that you're going to falter. But you have to work every day diligently to make sure that you're following your own rules and you're living by that code for yourself, so that your people can see you on time for meetings, your people can see you doing what you're supposed to be doing, your people can see you intervening the way you're supposed to be intervening. That's important, to make sure you buy into safety and you make sure you buy into what you are and who you are. Because if you're a leader in industry, then you're a leader in safety. And the 4th, and then one of the most important, is you try to do your best to bring out the best in the people around you. That means you got to coach. It means you've got to be a leader, and you've got to help people out when they're faltering, and you've got to commend them for the good things that they're doing. So those are the 4 steps in leading by example. Next week's video is going to be installment number 1 on how to create a great habit. Please follow, share, and like, send comments. Let me know what you'd like to see in this. If there's things you'd like me to research in terms of leadership in safety or out of safety, leadership is a huge issue, something we're all working very hard to be great leaders. So please don't be afraid to send comments, like, and share.